Welcome to season 2 of the Dubai Builder podcast. I'm your host Franzi and I interview community leaders, business owners, entrepreneurs who is building great stuff here in the city directly from my living room in Burj Khalifa. We're starting season 2 super strong with Ivan, who is a fellow podcast host, an international TV star, and also owner of podcast studios, not only here in Dubai, but also worldwide. We were able to record the entire episode in just 12 minutes, and we made sure it's full packed with value. Pack all the links from all the programs, all the things he's mentioning below in the show notes. So whichever one sparks interest for your journey, go check them out below, and all the behind the scenes on Instagram. Let's head over to the interview. I would love to hear from you. I know you're an international star, but we specifically want to know about you and your businesses and how you have arrived in Dubai. So maybe you can bring us to the day when you arrived first time in Dubai and what type of businesses are you building here?
So I came to Dubai 13 years ago and I started building media businesses. This is what I did before in Serbia and that's my life. This is what I like to do and I'm a born entrepreneur. So I started building businesses here. At the beginning, as every entrepreneur, it was very hard until you don't know the people, until you don't know the community, until you don't know what you actually want to do. And it was hard first few years, I can say, but when you have some mission on your mind, everything it comes easy.
Okay, so then what type of businesses specifically in Dubai you have? Can you maybe just name? We met at one event from one company you're owning?
Yes. So probably the most successful business is Poddster. Poddster is the 7 studios around Dubai, 1 in Abu Dhabi and 4 in Singapore, now building 1 in US, something new to come, And it's really good business because not only that we have a lot of business, but it turned out that it opened the one market and one niche and one community in Dubai, which is podcasters community. And now I really feel that Dubai is the capital of the world of podcasting. The most podcasts, the most podcast studios, the most passion projects, the most business projects of podcasting are in Dubai.
Amazing. And
this is one of them. This is one of those.
This is one of them. Exactly. We met at one of the community events.
Yes.
And this is also exactly why I invited you. I mean, there are a lot of people building great stuff in the city. And I realized you have your business, which is the podcast studios, but then you also have on top your free community where really everyone can join.
Yes.
So maybe you can share with us, why didn't you just simply stick with, opening up podcast studios and focusing on the business, but why did you also focus on building that community?
That's a really good question because I'm lucky to have a partner who is actually running the business, and Vuk is actually running the business of Poddster. And me being an innovator, being an explorer, I really like doing things 0 to 1. And now 0 to 1 is the community, PodClub community. PodClub community is free, as you said, podcasting community of people who not only do their podcast, but who are, preparing or being inspired to start their own podcasting journey. Not only podcasting, but also content creators. So we have around 1,000 people in our community, and we have regular meetups where not only that we bring interesting guests, but the most important thing, and this is why I'm here today, because we interacted on the community event meetup, which was really amazing. So I really feel that communities are way to go, not only in podcasting, not only in media, but everything. Imagine running, so many running clubs here in Dubai, imagine cosmetics, imagine nightlife, dancing, whatever, if you have people you can go with and you have the same interest in life and so on, so really it can be interesting.
Great. So how did you meet, how did you expand your network here in Dubai? So you said you came 15 years ago, it was probably a little harder. Right now it's a little easier with all the networking events and community events, but how was it?
At the beginning, it was a little bit harder because I was focused on the Serbian and Ex-Yugoslavian community in Dubai, because I'm from Serbia. I was born in Yugoslavia, basically, but I'm from Serbia, and when you speak the same language, when you have no barrier in the language and tradition, the mindset, it's easier to connect with people like that. So I first connected with people from Serbian community. I even started a web portal, which is still alive, nashbiro.com, which means which is the community, which is actually the portal for news portal for ex-Yugoslav community. So I gather people there around that.
Nice,
so it's a community. Then as my business progressed, I really feel for everybody who wants to come to Dubai, if you prove yourself on a first project that you do, second project, 10th project that you do, the network will grow rapidly. People will know, oh, this is the guy, this is the girl who has a podcast in Burj Khalifa. So it's so unique.
Yeah.
So my network will know, because I will probably take few snaps for Instagram and say, oh, today I'm filming in Burj Khalifa and stuff. So people will get to know you. So I really feel in Dubai, it's like the American dream, but now it's a Dubai dream, really, really.
Amazing.
And Emirates, of course, not only Dubai.
That's true. If we come back to the business side, so usually I'm asking people if they are connected to any kind of government programs. So I already had guests from the Creators HQ and Founders HQ. So I wonder if you're also part of any government initiatives, or maybe your business has connections to other government programs.
Yeah, it's really something that is, I would say, really unique in the world, that Emirates and United Arab Emirates and the Dubai government are really working hard to make the ecosystem that works for everybody, So I would say that not only within the conferences, not only within the fair shows, trade shows, or such things, but you feel that you have a support. So one of the biggest clients I have in other business, which is Evans Media, which is a corporate videos and event videos company, is Dubai World Trade Center. I work with them for almost a decade now, and it really, you can sense in every step that there has to be a kind of open market business cause with everything they do. Because sometimes with governments around the world, let's do something just for the sake of it. Here in Dubai especially, you need to have the payback. Is it in infrastructure? Is it in money? Is it in... So there has to be some outcome of everything that government does here. And this is what I love, and this is why I came here, and this is why I sense that this market can be the right one, and I was not wrong. Like 13 years after, I was not wrong.
True. Yeah, as you said, like everything is connected to the overarching strategy, which is the D 2033 strategy. Dubai, like they have this initiative.
There is a strategy 2071. Because it's 100 years since the. So there are a lot of strategies. And of course, that not all of them can work, but they're just starting new things until you build the tallest building in the world, or biggest island, biggest mall, biggest highest swimming pool, or whatever. It has to be something in the world.
Nice, great. So are there any other government initiatives which you are part of?
The Creators HQ, we work collaborate with them closely. Press Club, Dubai Media Office Press Club. We collaborate with them also. Then we have Dubai World Trade Center at GITEX, as I explained. Dubai Chamber of Commerce, especially because we have a Serbian Business Council here. We have a Serbian Chamber of Commerce also present here. Yeah. So all of these initiatives are something that I'm part of. Yeah. But I would also emphasize the non-governmental communities.
Private communities, yes.
Which doesn't have necessarily to be business-wise. What I say is you can be in a running community, you can be in a yoga community, I'm in a golf community, so it's really something that connects people of the same interest.
Then we would already come to the last technical question. Are you okay? Yeah. So the question is, what is the weirdest piece of advice? And it actually worked.
You mentioned that you like to follow Mel Robbins. Mm-hmm. And literally, I'm also watching her podcasts, and I like her approach to life and business and stuff. And then I'm reading her book, Let Them.
Yes.
You read it?
The Let Them theory, yes.
Yeah, Let Them theory. Yes. It's one of the things that comes with age, not necessarily for you, but for me, it came with an age, even before I read that book. But this book convinced me that if you keep yourself off the pressure, that everything has to be as you have envisioned, your life will be better, people around you will live better, you know. She's starting a book with an example from her private life, but then she exfoliated the theory with some psychiatrists, with some doctors, with some scientists, you know, and it's really releasing, you know. So of course, when you are chasing the career, when you have to hustle, when you have to, you know, like bring new things to your life, of course you have to put the pressure there. But keep in mind that if you push too hard at the beginning, it will not last long, you know. So my advice, weird piece of advice, would be let them.
Great, and a great book recommendation. We actually were reading this as part of our book club. So, and I'm a big Mel Robbins fan myself. So definitely book recommendation for everybody. Amazing. So how can people learn more about you and your projects? So what are the platforms you are most active on?
Everywhere. I'm everywhere. You mentioned it right, the projects, you know, like of course Poddster is maybe the most notable one in Dubai. But I also just recently in April we launched AI platform for content creation. Basically imagine having 50 to 100 people working for you, researching, analyzing, creating a knowledge map, and then writing and posting on social media, which maybe from solopreneurs and the podcast creators maybe to the big organizations, companies, media companies and stuff could really work for. So it's called Olympus Stack, and this is something that I work on. The other thing I work on, I'm content creator myself, you know, like I do a lot of content, especially in the health and wellness. You know, people who don't know me might realize what this big guy is talking about fitness and wellness, but I was much, much bigger. I had almost 60 kilos more than I have today, and I'm still on my journey of transformation, but I started a community for health and weight loss and so on. All of my things, maybe LinkedIn for business, social media, Instagram for personal information, and some projects that are passion projects and stuff. So yeah, I'm all around.
Amazing, perfect. We put them all in the show notes so that people can catch you wherever.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, maybe I'll just drop a Linktree profile, and you can share it. You know.
Thank you so much for joining. We close things here with the high five. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
Thank you. Good. Let's go. Biggest nightmare. Camera's not on, iPhone storage full. Happened on my final episode for season 1.
Okay.
Done.
Perfect.
Yeah?
I hope it recorded.
Let's see.
Let's see.